I promise I'll be the happiest person you've ever seen in a wheelchair. I learned something in my training from my manager called the 5-minute rule. And he said that when you're out there in the field, you're gonna have disappointment, you're gonna have rejection, you're gonna set a goal for the week, you're not gonna hit it, you're gonna hit it, and then have the order cancel. Like, he's like, you're gonna deal with a lot of stuff. It's a microcosm for life. And he taught us what he calls the 5-minute rule. He said, so when things go wrong, we have a rule. It's okay to be negative, but not for more than 5 minutes. Give yourself 5 minutes, set your timer on your phone. He would literally teach us, set the timer. You get 5 minutes to bitch, moan, complain, cry, vent, punch a wall, whatever. And after 5 minutes, you take a deep breath and say 3 really powerful words, can't change it. And it's simply an acknowledgement that I can't change what's already happened. So there's no value in wishing it were different. And essentially I learned through reading Eckhart Tolle and things through years after that every negative emotion that we have is self-created by the degree of resistance that we have to our reality. Whether it's a past reality, whether it's happening right now, or whether it's even a projected future reality that we're afraid of. And so in the span of 5 minutes, I woke up, I was told I would never walk again. I had 11 broken bones, permanent brain damage, and I went, well, can't change it. And the doctors thought I was delusional because I was so happy. I told my dad, I said, Dad, there's 2 possibilities. Number 1, the doctors are right and I'll never walk again. And I said, and I've already decided, I've imagined that possibility. Okay, I'm in a wheelchair the rest of my life. I promise, Dad, because my parents were concerned, the doctors were concerned, I said, I promise I'll be the happiest person you've ever seen in a wheelchair. Because I'm in a wheelchair either way. I'm gonna be happy, I'll be grateful. Why be miserable just because that's my unchangeable circumstance? And I said, the possibility number 2 is I will walk again. And I don't even know if it's possible, but I do know that that's what I want. So I've accepted the worst case scenario. I'm at peace with it. And all of my energy is going into walking again. I think about it every day. I visualize it. I pray about it. I talk about it, imagine it. And a week later, the doctors came in with routine x-rays. And they said, we don't know how to explain this, but your body is healing so quickly. We're gonna let you take your first step tomorrow. And that was 3 weeks after the accident. It went from like never walking again, and I'm thinking maybe like in a year, not in 3 weeks. And then I took my first step the next day. So I share that kind of backstory because every adversity that I've had since then, I'm able to leverage the lesson of, hey, if I can't change it, the only intelligent choice I have if I want to be happy is to accept it. Now we say this to the audience. I go, how many of you think this is really a powerful idea? It makes a lot of sense, but it's easier said than done. And everybody's hand goes up like, yeah, this is crazy, right? I get it, but I can't do that. And it's because we're not addicted, but we've programmed ourselves over our entire lives. The way we respond to adversity is the way we respond to adversity, right? So for example, traffic is usually a low level of adversity. If you're running late and you leave late because you woke up late or kids were whatever it was, you hit traffic. What's the response normally?
Frustration.
I'm stressed, I'm frustrated, right? And we literally spend the entire drive. So let's say it's normally a 30-minute drive to work and it takes us 45 or whatever because of traffic. You live in LA, right? You know it better than anybody. But we spend that entire 45 minutes literally killing ourselves, right? Being that we're stressed out, we're tense, we're frustrated, we're riding the car in front of us. Like, does that work? That doesn't move them, right? And I realized that, so people think, well, I'm upset because of this thing. We always have something to point to. Of course I'm angry, look at what she did. Of course I'm sad, look at what I lost. Of course I'm frustrated, I need to be at work in a half an hour and this is gonna take me 45 minutes, right? We think it's the thing. We always point at the thing. And when I realized it's never the thing, it's our resistance to the thing. So when I was like anybody, I hit traffic and I'd be frustrated or upset or mad at myself that I left late or mad at the person that made me late or whatever. And then I went, wait a minute. I actually used to have these wristbands that said can't change it that I used to give out to high school students after my speeches. And I'd be driving and I'd see my wristband and I'd go, oh yeah, wait, this applies, I can't change traffic. I would take a deep breath and I would just go, I'm gonna enjoy the ride. And I would turn the radio on and enjoy. And so all of a sudden, traffic had zero control over my emotional state. And so whether it's traffic or it's being in a horrific car accident, we are completely in control of our emotional state. And the key that unlocks the door to emotional invincibility, if you will, is acceptance.